don't know if there's ever been a time that I wasn't busting your balls.
You just
or
get
vice
on,
versa, really.
yeah, or just just get on here like, God, you fat prick, I don't like you. You're a piece of shit. Blah 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 blah. I'm just like, Bruce, you're funny. And you're just like, God, you're a piece of shit.
Sort of like basketball.
Yeah, like you fat
Fucking squeak.
Yeah, just like, God,
Friend that they have, but they hate.
Like, wake up, bitch! You're my new best friend. Huh? We going to the zoo? But
Does that mean from now on it could be like, taunting people like, hey, I hear your mom's going out with Slip.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Hey, why's that fucked up?
Well, let's face it, dude. You couldn't get a check if you had $100 bill hanging out of your zipper. Which, okay, I'm not gonna, like, if somebody says that about me, like, okay, what am I gonna do? Argue that? Like, okay. I don't have much of an argument like that. I'm not Johnny Cochran. I can't come up with, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit thing.
Well, it's a fairly sound argument. Fuck. Yes, you got it.
Like, I've got nothing. I fully agree with you, actually. So where do you go now, dipshit? If you're trying to insult me and I agree with you, like, you got nowhere else to go.
Honestly, though, it's kind of hard to insult you because I'm not saying that as to be insulting, but you kind of are the kind of person to steal the thunder. Like, you'll insult yourself before someone else will, sort of.
Yep.
Like, oh, I'm so fat and stupid, derp, and everyone else is like, well, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, well, fuck it, at least he knows.
He knows. Yeah, it's like Kevin Smith,
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much. That's one of the couple of life lessons I've picked up from Kevin Smith. Like, if you can insult yourself and whatnot, nobody can say anything bad about you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because really, if you insult yourself, like, where can they go for it? Yeah,
Really. Well, okay.
Let's face it. I mean, if I didn't insult myself and fucking poke fun at myself, I mean, let's face it, I'd probably be in jail right now. Like, do you want to tell me, Mr. Moss, why you attacked this guy Bruce Gates? Like, he called me a fat and stupid prick. just to see you with like a couple casts and whatnot, just a crotch in a wheelchair. He's like, I was just busting his balls, Your Honor.
And they were like, is that an official term? Like, can we use that to go busting his balls?
Yeah. Like, do you want to consult with your attorney on that one?
I was harassing him, sir. Or what is the PC way to say it? Because they say that you can't say harass because of harass, or at least they used to be the way.
Harassment.
Harassment,
like harassment.
Yeah. But people used to be all up in arms about that, but not anymore. Isn't that kind of sexist that they kind of gave up that fight?
Yeah.
Like, no, it's harass. Like, oh, well, fuck it. We don't care anymore.
Yeah. Hey, that's how it's pronounced, is it not?
Yeah. If you're going by, how pretty much every other word in the English language is pronounced, then yeah, it looks like that word is pronounced harass.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
harass.
Yeah.
Harass. There's ass at the end there. There's a r. There's harass. And then ha,
yeah,
as in ha ha ha. Like,
but it's almost like the planet Uranus. That's how we were taught it was pronounced, Uranus.
Yeah,
and now
although some people were taught like Uranus.
Yeah, which I still laugh because I'm like, you said urine.
Exactly.
So
there's
I'm just
really
like,
no good way to pronounce that planet.
Yeah, I'm just like, just be like, well, it's that fucking thing.
It's the big ball of gas.
TFT.
Wait, that
better. Just call it Planet TFT. That fucking thing.
Call it fart. That is fart.
We have encountered a planet.
It is the most glorious planet in the solar system. It is made entirely of gas and smells entirely of poop.
See, I would watch Star Trek if they went there. Like, Captain, we've come across a planet filled with noxious gas.
We're going.
It's known as Planet Fart. The Earthlings seem to have a sense of humor about it. Like, fucking A, let's go, man. Who's got matches? Let's turn this place into Krypton.
There's just this giant, like, dude off to the side, like, creating fart, because he's just, like, doling out all these farts and making it larger and larger. It's just this big cloud.
There's only two people on the entire, like, two types of people on the entire planet. It's like like big fat sports fans that do nothing but pretty much just fart all the time, like me. And then there's like the people that are so smug they actually enjoy the smell of their own farts. To quote South Park, like, oh yes, smells vintage.
Welcome to fart.
See, man, like if a lot of movies had gone to that planet, I would fucking nominate them for Oscars on end if I ever could nominate a film for an Oscar.
I firmly believe that if given, a good, honest chance, that you and I could make improvements to a good vast majority of movies out there. Whether or not people would agree with us on those improvements is something else.
That's completely different.
But they'd be improvements to us anyway.
Like, dude, let's remake Star Trek 2. We'll call it Wrath of Fart.
Wrath of Fart. Oh, shit. Oh, my God, that's awesome.
See, like, I just want to make, like, a documentary where we just go around and just, like, piss off nerds and whatnot. Like, that's fucking humorous in and of itself. And, like, there was a comedian, Brian Posehn. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not.
Yeah, I think you actually showed me him.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd heard of him before.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious, dude.
That's the Nerd Rage guy, right?
Yeah, that's the Nerd Rage guy, yeah.
Okay.
So, he gave the ultimate tip. Like, he's like, if you ever want to piss off a nerd, nothing pisses them off than getting their obsession wrong.
That's true.
He's like, the one thing that they've spent their lives obsessing over, and somebody gets it wrong, they flip their shit. He's like, I remember I was driving down I was driving down the street, and there was this big line for Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith was coming out. So he's like, so I rolled down the window and was like, Star Trek sucks. Picard's a fag. Beat me up, Scotty. He's like, there was one guy. He's like, kind of looked like me, but he's a lot heavier. He's like, it's Star Wars. Get it right. He's like, meanwhile, here I am laughing at all these nerds, and here I am with a fucking passenger seat full of comic books and, the 4th season of the X-Files. Like, you nerds are wasting your time going to see George Lucas's piece of shit, and I'm going to go see what Mulder and Scully are up to.
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I don't know if that'd be too sexist, though. like if we just pick on the male nerds.
That's apparently one of the rules to living a happy life, according to Phil Robertson, is don't let your kids grow up to be nerds.
It's okay to have a hobby or something like that, or just be a fan of something, like But I mean, when that fandom becomes an obsession, I mean that's where the problem lies.
Honestly, our society, if you look at it, it really is a society of nerds. Various nerds of different types. That's what it is now. There's the iPhone, and there's, people who love their cell phones and things like that. There's a nerd for just about anything you can think of.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the biggest TV shows on the planet right now is Big Bang Theory, which centers around nerds.
Right.
So, we're
living in the nerd generation.
Yeah, we're living in a modern-day version of Revenge of the Nerds. Like
pretty much, yeah.
This is the nerds' payback. Like, they come up with cool shit and we just buy it. We're just like, I don't know how iPhone work.
Pretty much, yeah. That's exactly how it's going. See? Movies are predicting the future.
They are, man.
Pretty soon there's going to be, Terminators made out of liquid metal running around, and have you seen this boy?
Which hopefully I'll be dead by that point. Cause actually, I'm not going to be worried because he's going to be out in California, so what do I give a shit?
Yeah, fuck that.
He's chasing Edward Furlong. Like, all you got to do is just wait outside a courthouse. He's just going to be there eventually.
Seriously, didn't all of those movies take place in Well, except for the first one where she moves, I think, from, like, Virginia or something? I forget where. But she moves, I think, to California. And doesn't she stay in California, like, for the entire series? Like, wouldn't they get the fuck out of California? Like,
well, no, didn't they go to Mexico, I think, in the second one?
They did go to Mexico, yeah. And actually, the main reason I remember that is because of my uncle's story about that movie. I don't know if I ever told you that, though.
I don't think so.
When you went to see Terminator 2 in the theater?
No, what happened?
Well, I was too young, so my uncle went, right? And he happened to go during the day, and there was this Spanish couple that was there to see it as well, and they were telling, like, one of them was translating the movie, and so, they were sitting there, like, through the entire flick until finally they get to the part where they're in Mexico, and they start speaking Spanish, and it was like, And then they started speaking English again. It's, I can't speak Spanish, otherwise, I'd try. But if I tried, I would sound even more foolish than just going. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you also took French classes, so.
Well, yeah.
same family language, but different shit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
How I passed that class, I'll never know.
Me neither, man.
You're just like, I know why I passed. I don't know why you did.
I don't even know why I passed. Oh, probably because I had like 3 years of like, introductory shit to it. Like because I actually had gone through French from like 7th grade all the way through college, pretty much.
You too?
Yeah,
that's pretty much what I did too.
Yeah,
I'm willing to bet your reason.
I'm
willing to bet your reason for it was a lot different than mine, though.
And that would be.
I thought using French would pick up chicks.
You thought French would help you pick up chicks?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, because I was a stupid, fucking young, impressionable kid, and I'm just like fucking. All these suave-looking motherfuckers, like, they all pick up these chicks, like, they're speaking French, they're like, oh my god, he's so romantic, he knows this, I was just like, fuck, I could do that.
Meanwhile, you're like, je suis en retard.
And then, like, no, je suis, you fat ass. I'm like, fuck.
Or they say something in French, and you're like, I'm not retarded.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, what? No.
Yeah. I still maintained my case. Like, I looked out of the corner of my eye, and I just saw you, like, just kind of, like, chuckling. Like not really, like, a full-on, like, laugh, like, ah! But I saw, like, you kind of, like, had your fist up to your mouth. You were just, like, like, shaking, like, friggin' David Spade during a Chris Farley bit. Like, not laughing out loud, but you notice. You know what you're doing.
Are you calling me the David Spade to your Chris Farley? Now I'm insulted. No, I'm kidding.
Don't be insulted. You'd still be alive.
But that basically means that my career is shit without you.
Yeah, but you still
like,
have
you need me, bitch. I don't need
you. Still have a career.
You're like, I could have been Shrek, asshole. What were you going to be? Not Shrek. At best, you could have been Donkey. Imagine that, actually. Maybe that would have been kind of interesting. Maybe they would have got David Spade to do Donkey or something. I don't know.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because I mean, can you
back
imagine
the old, Tommy Boy, Black Sheep?
There was like another like Tommy Boy type picture in the works, like another David Spade, Chris Farley comedy, but that had to get scrapped. But yeah, like Chris wasn't exactly a fan of Black Sheep. He was just like, man, why the fuck are we just doing this Tommy Boy shit all over again? Like,
yeah, he was right.
Yeah, but I mean, Chris was also the type of guy where he never like came up with ideas, but like if somebody pitched him an idea, he'd be like, "Oh, that's great, but what if we did this and just kind of turn this around like this and did this?"
Mm-hmm.
He was better as like the wall to like deflect an idea off of. And he was also incredibly spontaneous with a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So I was reading this book, the Chris Farley story. I don't know if did I let you borrow that or something? I think I let you borrow.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, whatever. But yeah, like. They were talking about his early improv days in, like, Chicago, and there was just one bit, it was supposed to be, the woman comes home from her day at the office working as, like, a lawyer or something like that. So she comes home, puts the briefcase on the table, and she's like, my God, you're not going to believe my day. Starts going for a little bit, and you just see Chris just getting a little bit more annoyed and a little bit more annoyed as her monologue goes along. And eventually he just fucking, like, lets loose. He's just like, would you shut the fuck up and bowl already? We've been waiting here for 3 hours for you to show your ass up. And here you are. Oh, you're not going to believe my day. Just fucking bowl.
Nice.
Oh my God, Chris was awesome. Yeah. And apparently he was a real sweetheart too, man.
Oh, man.
Like, there was, fuck, I forget what movie it was on, but I think it was, I forget what movie it was, but he, they were doing something with, Make-A-Wish, where, like, this, family had their daughter was having some terminal disease or something like that. Mm-hmm. And, so her wish was to spend a day with, some actor that he was working with or something like that. And, he saw the brother, who was maybe, like, 2 years older than her. He kind of looked dejected and whatnot, and just didn't look like he was having that good of a time and whatnot. He's like, okay, this is her day, blah, blah, blah. Chris goes over to the kid and he's like, dude, let's hang out. Let's have some fun today.